and increase their advantage.
The Knicks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Guys are slimming down, it seems, Brent, to play at a faster pace. And we hear more and more players are using a plant-based diet now.
Vegan-style players.
Maybe not quite to that extent, but they are certainly very, very cautious about what they put in their body.
I think we just hear more stories about some of the things that players are trying in order to get themselves to their athletic peak. And one of those things, of course, one of the most important things is the fuel that you're going to put into your body, because that's your only tool. So I think guys just pay a little bit more attention to how it is they're feeding the system.
And they let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. Here are the team leaders in steals. You need to play heads up against these squads. Number 1, the Knicks.
And it's no accident to see them at that top spot, guys. I mean, great awareness and anticipation. They apply a ton of pressure defensively.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. It's a 10-point game. To end the run. Rejected by Chapman. The pass to Knox. That shot missing.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
Sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Lillard from outside. No good that time. The Knicks go the other way with it.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Here's Chapman. He's coming off a 40-point game against Oklahoma City.
And it was a huge night for him at the other end as well. How about the steals? And he was just a big headache the entire game.
Portland with the ball. The Knicks making the shot. And Lillard takes to Howe. Lillard outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. Bryant, that's tipped. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here's Chapman, covered by Lillard. Passes to Porzingis. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range jays every time. This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers. Here's Chapman following the score by Damian Lillard. Here's Butler. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
You just can't fall the Butler shot fake. But once he has you up in the air, he is really skilled at drawing the foul.
For New York, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. And the first one drops. And Jimmy Butler's a very physical wing, as we know, Greg. Goes about 6'8", 240, and he can D up almost any position.
And the strength to deal with forwards, the quickness to cover guards. Also, he uses that strength to attack the rim and get himself to the line.
And so Butler nails both of them.
And just no question that Butler is a bona fide star. I mean, a tough, rugged defender who's also a juggernaut on offense.
Here's Howell. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Lillard finds McCollum. Back to Lillard. This one for 3. Porzingis with the rebound.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Out left to the wing. Here's Chapman. He has 6. And that one is hammered home.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys. Wow.
And already the lead is significant. Excellent play on both ends.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Pass to Howell. McCollum against McCollum dishes to Nurkic. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Great concentration on display from Nurkic to get the foul and still come away with the made field goal.
And for Yusuf Nurkic, you see the flashes of how dominant he can be in every game.
I mean, the potential is there, and he is working hard to find that consistency. I do believe he's noticeably better when he plays with an edge. He's more in tune with what's going on. You almost want to rile him up or do something to tick him off before every game to get the best out of him.
Free throw good, Nurkic. The Knicks leading by 11. Here's Chapman. 8 points for him. The dish now to Butler. Six to shoot. Here's Chapman, covered by Lillard. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
Well, the O looks unstoppable tonight, especially because of that guy. He's just torching them.
Portland's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. And a fast break now for New York. Here's Butler. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Butler's got his second basket of the night.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up a little more sense of urgency.
Now a timeout called by Portland. You love a good mid-range game. We don't see it that much, but I know you have a couple guys you think have a pretty strong mid-range game.
You know, Chris Paul still has dominated the mid-range. And Kevin, it was interesting because him joining the Houston Rockets, who it's all about threes and layups. Daryl Morey, I think, recognized we need somebody that can come off the pick and roll and make those kind of plays happen, not only at the rim for Capella, but shoot it himself. So Chris Paul still dominates in the mid-range. Kawhi Leonard has shown some skills at the mid-range, even though last year, obviously, just 9 games. He's still a dangerous weapon. It'll be interesting to see if that's still part of his arsenal for this season. And then C.J. McCollum has been one of the best mid-range scorers in the league for the Portland Trailblazers over the past couple of seasons.
So for the Trailblazers, Barney's checked in, and Harkless is subbed in for Howell. Then for the Knicks, Miles Turner, he's checked in for Cousins, and it's Ingram in for Knox.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Chapman. He's got 10. With the fadeaway. And there's another one for the Knicks.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Trailblazers trail by 17. Heel with it. Butler covering. Beyond the arc. The Knicks pull it in. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Portland.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
Sort of representative of how they each finished the season. One a playoff team, the other on the outside looking in. I think things may play out the same way this year, too.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. Yeah, you see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
It's deflected. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Well, the crowd got in here tonight and sat down, and that's where they stayed all night long, extremely poised, which has led to a monster lead.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
That free throw good from Butler.
And Jimmy Butler, you know, something of a quirky character, as a ritual whenever he's at a grocery store of paying the person's bill. behind him. Doesn't care if it's 99 cents or 2,000.
Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Butler against Teal. Over Butler. Teal with the bucket. And Butler never afraid to be a little bit different, listening to country music in the locker room, much to his teammates' chagrin.
And in the offseason, riding around in a van with a baby on board sticker, even though he's single with no kids. Remove the rearview mirror as a symbolic reminder to never look back. This guy's special. And just keeping his teammates involved. This is the kind of leadership you like to see.
Well, you could trademark this brand of basketball, running through the progressions and working around for decent looks.
That's 4 turnovers out of them already. Sloppy play in the early going.
And Portland making a change here. Lillard's checked in, and a switcher also for New York. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Jimmy Butler. Here's Cantor. Moves back up, and he sinks the layup.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Our Hall of Famer David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Terry Stotts. And Dee, what do you have to say?
Thanks, Kevin. He said, look, all they talked about before this game was defense. Going up against one of the best offensive teams in the league, he said, it's a challenge that we embrace. Nobody can do it by themselves. It's got to be a collective effort. No hero ball on offense either. Guys, we'll see if they can put the brakes on them. It's never easy. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. He really has them focused on not letting this game turn into a shootout.
And that's the way you've got to play it against them. I mean, start trading baskets with this group, and you play right into their hands.
Well, the mindset then has to be about a physical basketball game with bodying up the bigs and not getting any free runs to the hoop. So let's see if physicality becomes a part of this one.
Here's Chapman, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
It's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
Here's Simons. The Knicks making the shot. And if you're wondering where the points are coming from here tonight, here's a breakdown in the scoring between the front court and back court tonight for New York.
And we can see pretty even there between the guards and the bigs. That kind of balanced production has what's helped them craft this huge lead.
That one is no good. New York's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Chapman the pass to Ingram. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And not only can Ingram score from the perimeter, but he can also contribute inside. The way he releases his shot makes it very difficult to block.
Now here's Lillard. 26 points for him last game against Sacramento.
It felt like in that game, too, he was a man on a mission defensively. Finishing up with 4 steals is an impressive feat. And you can tell he takes pride in that part of the game. This is a guy whose mindset just never changes. Even when they're losing, he's always going to be aggressive.
Chapman the pass to Turner. Here's Chapman, covered by Lillard, and it's sent back by Lillard. And there's the pass to Ryan. It's deflected.
In addition to being superb on offense, Ingram is also a ridiculously good defender. His long reach really allowing him to collect a good number of block shots.
Here's Chapman. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
Well, you like to finish things on a positive note, and he times that one beautifully.
And so it's the New York Knicks ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. Their defense has been active and effective. Right back after this break. You learn about Jimmy Butler, a difficult journey to where he is now. But one thing always got him through.
Basketball. That's that. It always took my mind off everything. It always made me smile. I had no cares in the world when I was shooting.
Well, you hear that so often, don't you, Greg? Between those lines can be an escape from the outside world.
And in the end, Butler's obsession became his escape. Maybe why he remained so devoted to the game.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Knicks team out there today.
Their chemistry through the roof, and it's allowed them to build this huge lead after one.
All parts are working together, even the guys who have not put the points on the board making their subtle contributions.
Here are the five New York has to start here in the second. We've got Hardaway, Miles Turner out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Brandon Ingram, and it's Ntilikina in at the point. Last season, Brent, the addition of two-way contracts, does that make developing players in the G League even more valuable than it was before?
I believe last year, Kevin, that almost 50% of the players in the league, and it might have been a smidge more, had some kind of G League experience.
It's terrific.
And that's phenomenal.
Yes.
We're almost close to the 30 for 30 affiliation in the G League. You saw a success story last year in Quinn Cook coming up and getting a contract with the Warriors. This is awesome for the league. They've also upped the minimum contract for G League players to $35,000. All of these signs and the way that teams are using the G League, extremely positive, Kevin.
New York shooting has been brilliant in this game, 67% from the floor. Turner inside, and no good that time. So it's Portland now, outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, and some of that loss was due to a lack of hustle, especially on the defensive end.
And there are games where an opponent gets aggressive. You got to raise your level of play. They failed to do that in this one.
And here are the Knicks now, after the Trailblazers pick up two. Down low, Hardaway, banked in off the glass. Hardaway has got his first points in this one.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pass to Lillard. Passes it to Simons. Knicks with the rebound.
Well, shots like that drive coaches batty. I'll be shocked if he attempts that shot again.
Here's Ntilikina, covered by Lillard. The shot's good from Ntilikina.
And one area where Ntilikina excels, really good reading the defense and realizing what to do in that set.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 13. Pass to Ryan. To the inside. Here's Carney. Good for the basket. Starting off 1-for-1 with that shot. And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. The Knicks leading by 18. Here's Cousins. The kick outside to Butler. Inside. Here's Chapman. Got a hand on it. Now Hield. He's got 7. To the middle. Here's Howell. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
Yeah, even though Hield can pull up from anywhere, you love that he's always looking to find a shot for his teammate.
The pass to Porzingis. And Cousins kicks to Butler. Here's Chapman. He's guarded by McCollum. No good from Cousins. Trailblazers trail by 16. Hield, the pass to Carney. Bryant, defended by Butler. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And an interesting look here at the top assisting point guards this season. Setting up teammates, being a playmaker. One of the hallmarks of being a premier point guard in the NBA. Well, you look at the captain, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists.
And for the purists out there, he has been fun to watch with the ball in his hands. I mean, he can make any pass on the court and creates so many easy baskets for his teammates.
That free throw missing. He hits the second from the line. The Knicks leading by 15. And that one, good. Chapman's got 18 points.
He's having a night right now. Credit to the shooting touch, helping his team with the lead.
McCollum outside. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Well, CJ, one of those exemplary players that stayed all 4 years at Lehigh and then came into the league very, very polished and very ready for everything that the league was going to throw at him. Not just the defenses on the court, but the NBA lifestyle in general. And he learned to be a great leader here in Portland alongside Damian Lillard.
For New York, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the first one drops. And for McCollum, rare does someone who stayed all 4 years end up being such a star at the NBA level.
Oh, McCollum's done just such a great job of improving his game, even after coming into the league so polished. And how fortunate for Portland in the wake of losing one of their all-time greats in LaMarcus Aldridge to fill some of that scoring gap with a talented player like C.J. McCollum.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, the captain in the last game against the Thunder put on a show. He scored 40 points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. His numbers were off the charts. He was unguardable, and he knew it, and he took advantage of it. Kevin, back to you.
Great, David. Appreciate it. Well, he set the bar pretty high for himself with that performance.
He did. But we know he's going to try to raise that bar again tonight. No matter how good he is, he's always thinking he can do better.
And the great players are never satisfied. We'll see what he does in the next one.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And here are the Trailblazers now, trailing by 19. Ryan, the pass to McCollum. And again, it's Portland converted.
Well, the game's 4 quarters, and after a tough first half, he's found his rhythm in the second.
Here's Chapman. He's guarded by McCollum. With the fadeaway. Chapman, that's good. Chapman's got 8 here in the quarter.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around it.
Now here's Hield. 7 points in the game. 5 on the clock. McCollum, no good.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Chapman, the pass to Knox. The second chance effort. That one a little long. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. 19-point game. Porzingis with the block.
You can see Porzingis taking some pride right now on the defensive end of the floor, taking care of the shooter with his long wingspan that time.
Just a great hustle play there. Energy and passion. This is what you play the game for.
Pass to Ryan. He kicks it to Carney. And a wide open look for McCollum off the left rim and out.
The human aspect of basketball. You cannot fault the shot selection. He had a clean look. You just can't make them all.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Chapman. He is guarded by McCollum. Out to Porzingis. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Well, that's a patented move, I think, for Porzingis. Excellent with the catch and shoot.
And then Carney with the jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And so it's New York in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy, you have come a long way in this league. When you look at your career now versus when you came in, how different is it?
Much different. I think on the floor, I'm supposed to do a lot more on both ends of the floor. And off the floor, I think it's still the same. People recognize my hair.
Well, it is a unique style, Jimmy. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, the captain has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
Hey, Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so.
Lillard the one with McCollum at the 2. Howell out there with Nurkic, and it's Ryan in at the 3 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Portland's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Pass to Howell from the arc. That one, no good. And New York the other way now.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Oh, in between game for Porzingis, that one's on target.
And here's Portland. Lillard looking around. McCollum trying to get open, and it's Lillard missing. New York shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. Here's Chapman. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Chapman's got 29.
Man, Sharp here to start the half. That's 3 in a row.
Butler against Lillard. Back to McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Here's what Portland has lined up on their schedule. On Wednesday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Friday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And for that matchup with the Wizards, they won't have much room for error in that one. A team like this will punish mistakes, but I could see them walking away with this one.
Portland with the ball, following the miss by Porzingis. And Howell kicks to Lillard. 5 to shoot. Nailed from three-point land. Lillard's got 16.
Well, they missed their first 3 shots, and after that make, maybe they'll get some air underneath their wings a little bit.
Here's Chapman, covered by Lillard. Outside Butler. Fires from the wing. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
McCollum left side. The shot, no good.
Well, if they had an edge at halftime, they might have lost it, beginning this half 1 of 5.
And slam dunk by Butler.
Yeah, and Butler just can't be stopped. I mean, even when the D knocks him around, he keeps his focus on the basket.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
One shot, gentlemen.
The free throw drops for Butler. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Simons, defended by Butler. Porzingis with the steal. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Butler. Let's check out some of the best shooting teams out there. Number 1, the Knicks.
Just tremendously disciplined offensively, always looking for the best possible shot. That's how they've gotten that field goal percentage to skyrocket.
Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Simons, the pass to Lillard. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 6 in the quarter.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Here's Chapman, covered by Lillard. Inside shot. And the layup is good. And that's 31 points for the captain.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchup.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
Marquis is checked in for Howard. Then for the Knicks, Turner's checked in for Cousins. Enes Kanter comes in for Porzingis. And it's Brandon Ingram in for Knox. Ryan the pass to Simons. Clock at 6. Down low, Nurkic. And they pick up 2. Nurkic has got 9.
Awesome concentration by Nurkic there to take his time in the post and make the shot look easy.
Here's Chapman, covered by Lillard. Out to the wing. Here's Kanter. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Butler. He's averaging 15 points a game, almost 2.5 steals, and 3 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
First free throw is good.
Such a big guy, Kanter, but also incredibly lean. At the NBA Combine, for instance, he tested out at 6% body fat. An extraordinarily low number for a man of his size.
Hardaway's checked in for the Knicks. And Kanter drops them both. Lillard with it. 19 points in the game. Now the pass to Ryan. It's Nurkic, top of the key. Lillard outside. Pass to Simons. There's the 3. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Outside Hardaway. Nurkic with the block.
Is this basketball or volleyball? Nurkic with the spike.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And when you see Miles Turner play on the offensive side of the ball, the amount of skill he has at his age is just amazing.
Yeah, already a great pick and pop player. You know, not going to be much of a banger down low, but has enough touch outside where he won't need to be. But while he's still a work in progress offensively, I think he's shown that he has a very high ceiling in terms of his skill set.
And here is Ingram after Damian Lillard was able to get the three to go. From deep three-point range, and it's Ingram missing.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
Yeah, he has that kind of range, but maybe not that time the best judgment.
Chalk up two there. And now it's 27 points for Damian Lillard.
You know, he has single-handedly helped them carve into this lead thanks to his scoring in the quarter.
Offensive rebound. The shot by Turner, no good.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger.
And Lillard gets double teamed. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Portland with the ball. Harkless the pass to Ryan. Here's Simons. He's covered by Ingram. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Ryan. And a miss there on the triple. Knicks have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. And he comes up with the deuce. And that's now 33 points for the captain.
He keeps finding great shots out there, and the opportunities are turning up roses.
Both loose, and Lillard kicks to Harkins. Nurkic can't hit.
I give the defense a C+ on that possession, but still, I'm sure he's upset he missed.
Chapman, that's good.
Look, I checked the numbers, guys. We know he is great from out there. He made one in the first half. Now he has one so far in this half. Look out.
Now here's Lillard. 27 points for him. Nurkic up top. Lillard outside. Back to Nurkic. Shoots over Turner. Portland no good that time either. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Hardaway from outside bangs home the trifecta. Hardaway has got 5 now.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Now, here's Nurkic. He's got 9. Another miss by Nurkic.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And it's Ingram missing.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time.
Here's Ryan. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage play.
Outside Hardaway. And the 3 off target.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Simons connects from 3-point range.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
No question. It looks like they've rented out room along the perimeter in this ball game, and they're likely to keep doing this until the defense makes an adjustment.
Chapman, that's good.
You can just see the passion and love with which he plays the game. You see how he prepares, the work ethic, the way he interacts with his teammates. And when he hits the floor, it's all about the game.
Here's Simons after the made shot from Chapman. Ryan the pass to Nurkic. Shoots over Ingram. Hits. Got that one from Nurkic. Nurkic has got 4 this quarter.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
Here's Chapman, covered by Lillard. Chapman, that's good.
He's hit the proverbial switch, effortlessly finding different ways to score.
And Lillard gets to Nurkic and finished off by Nurkic.
Lillard becoming better at staying patient, knowing that at any point in a possession, he can take advantage of somebody. That time he found the open man.
Here's Chapman. He has 40. Good. Chapman's got 42 in the game.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Here's Lillard, and all around to win that time before dropping in. New York's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's Chapman, covered by Lillard. Shoots from 12. Here's Cantor. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. This break in the action gives us a chance to show you the NBA's current fast break specialists. Number 1, the Knicks.
You really got to admire their conditioning. I mean, it takes a major commitment to play that fast breaking style, and they are all in.
And the first one at the line is good.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
A different look for New York. Butler comes in for Ingram. And it's Ntilikina in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Cantor drops them both. 1:44 left in the third quarter. Now here's McCollum. 9 points in the game so far. Back to Hield. And Howell kicks to Hield. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Butler passes to Chapman. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
A moment here to look at some numbers for the captain. First in scoring, first in assists, and he's first in the league in steals per game. Just an incredibly aggressive and tenacious defender.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. Now here's Hield. He's got 7. Passes it to Ryan. And there's a foul that goes on Jimmy Butler. That is his first foul of the game. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Knicks. Porzingis comes in for Enes Kanter. Pass to Ryan. Portland moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. Here's McCollum. The Knicks pull it in. Cousins has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Offensive rebound. And that one's good by Butler. Butler's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Ryan, defended by Butler. Here's Ryan. Portland, no good that time either.
Well, I like the shot selection. I don't like the shot result. Won't happen much.
Great positioning on the putback.
I mean, one guy who's still dominating the inside, DeMarcus Cousins, a great rebounder and a great scorer. That time a second chance, cashing in.
And here's McCollum. He's got 9. And it falls over the rim and in. McCollum's got 11.
That's one of the huge attributes of McCollum's game. He can score from anywhere, which makes him very unpredictable as a scorer.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. It's the Knicks running away with it. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Hold your ground. Hold your ground. Your job is just to stay in front of this guy. Don't blow by.
Now preaching strong defense there, GA.
I mean, basic fundamentals. He doesn't want to see anyone on his team get burned on that end.
And And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. 4th quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor. Inside, Hardaway. And a missed layup.
You can't miss those kind of looks. The defense seems to be a little nonplussed so far in this one, but he flat out missed it.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. Greg, as we know, Buddy Hield, a Wooden Award winner in Oklahoma.
I mean, he grew from nothing, his words, in the Bahamas. And his first hoop, a crate nailed to some plywood. Couldn't even afford the nails. Had to find those. So from there to here, what an incredible journey.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. One team owner proposed that we should abolish the draft and have free agency for rookies, maybe giving lesser teams a bigger pool of money to spend. Just some of the ideas these teams in the league is throwing out there.
Well, that's an interesting idea. The one that I heard about last summer was in Houston, trying to flip-flop free agency and the draft so that all of a sudden what you could do is draft players after it is that you've made all your free agent acquisitions, so you could draft positionally. You know you're set up for your team next year. And the more I've thought about that, Kevin, coming into the season, the more I like it. So we'll see what kind of traction that gets.
The presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, the captain.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Free throw drops for Hield.
Well, Buddy Hield, not the biggest or most athletic player that's on the floor, but his work ethic is undeniable. He is a total gym rat. At Oklahoma, they had to lock up the balls. Otherwise, the guy would stay there all day long and all night.
And Hield grew up in the Bahamas. The story goes they didn't have a court until he turned 12, so he built hoops out of whatever he could find.
Yeah, and whatever he found consisted of milk crates or bicycle rims that had rusted up, and he'd nail them up and shoot every shot he could at them, and they would get torn down, and he'd rebuild them again and again. He's shown that same determination in building up his game at the NBA level.
And until he cools off, I keep the ball in his hands.
Here's Chapman, covered by Lillard. Chapman, the pass to Ntilikina. It's stolen by Hield. The pass to Reed. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Taking 2 shots. That free throw good from Reed. This is the second year with the sponsored patches on the jersey. Advertising, more or less. Have you gotten used to seeing those things?
Yeah, I think it was no problem last year.
They're small, they're unintrusive,
some
right?
teams did some really cool creative things with the color schemes, and I don't think we've seen the last of that, Kevin.
We see it in European games on their jerseys.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to recognize the number with how many advertisements are on the jerseys. But
billboard.
Yeah, I don't think we're done with it yet.
And Cousins kicks to Ntilikina. Here's Chapman, covered by Lillard. New York moving the ball around. Outside Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. Cousins, the pass to Chapman. Over Lillard. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. The Trailblazers shooting in this game 45%. Harkless finds Nurkic. Got a piece of it. In the corner, Reed with it. High post, Nurkic. Pass to Harkless. Over Hardaway. Portland again missing. New York's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Chapman, covered by Lillard. That one good for 2. Chapman's got 44. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assistant.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
Healed outside. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11. The Knicks shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Here's Chapman, covered by Lillard. No problems knocking that one down. Cousins has got 10 points in the quarter.
So tough to defend, and he steps out like that. You combine that with the low post play, and he's knocking down deep three-pointers now.
Hield kicks to Lillard. There's no longer a home and road designation as far as light and dark jerseys. Is that an issue at all? I mean,
not really. It's a little off-putting some games where you just flip on and you're
trying to figure out where
where's this game being played?
Yes.
But with how many alternate jerseys last year teams had and specialty jerseys they had, it's a lot of fun to see the apparel companies paint a different picture on the floor.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Knicks.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for the captain.
That unselfishness was on full display here tonight. Did a great job of getting his teammates going.
5 to shoot. Right wing. Here's Ntilikina. And again, New York with the triple.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
Well, you want to close the door on any type of comeback effort. This has been a vault. Ka-ching.
You're right. So no problem for New York as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. So long, everyone.
I need a few ice bucks after that. Elbows.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, Charlie?
Busy day, man. We need you for an interview right over here.
Okay. All right, guys. Thank you.
This is Shaq. Another double-double for you tonight. Made it look easy, buddy. How are you able to control things on the offensive end with this level of consistency?
Well, a lot of what makes me look good is the system that we play in. You know, I don't really have to overthink possessions. I know my guys are going to be screening and cutting, and as long as we make the same reads, all I got to do is deliver the pass on time, and they take care of the rest. It's a really easy team to play on.
You keep playing like that, buddy, you're going to win many championships. Good luck to you, son.
That's the plan. Thanks, man. See ya.